And so
Yeah.
I love what you said right there, Pete. What about those guys who like who still, they're going to the gym,
Mhm.
they're still, they're listening to podcasts or reading books, but they haven't, made that step to work on their dating life. You know what I mean? I think
Sure.
sometimes you could do all the other stuff, like going to the gym, reading,
Mhm.
learning and all that. But when it comes to actually, putting it into practice or actually going for a girl's number or asking them out, how do you
Mhm.
help those guys? You know what I mean? What is
Yeah.
something you've seen that has been blocking them?
Yeah. So really quick, I just want to you said a little bit about like start you gave a little tip on what we talked about previous. I just want to add one little thing too to that. Uh, I'm a huge believer. I know that I've been doing this, but I'm a huge believer that guys should at least try to do like martial arts or something that
Mm-hmm.
can make them competent in like being able to defend themselves or attack. You know what I mean? Like whether it's boxing, go to the boxing club or something like that, do some Muay Thai or kickboxing, something like that you like, or some jujitsu too, And I think if you do that as a guy, it only helps you become more confident and like at least uh, it manifests into other things in life too. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like for us guys, uh, you know, we don't really like we try not to show so much emotion. It's like that's what we've been taught. Oh, don't show emotion. Don't you're a pussy. Grow a pair. Get some balls. You know what I mean? Don't cry. Things
Yeah.
like that, right? So when we have hard days, man, we have hard days. We don't really tell anyone. So like a lot of times we keep our things inside of ourselves, and it's like it becomes like poison. You know what I mean? As
Mm-hmm.
opposed to women, they're like telling their friends, and they're having little wine nights and fucking all crying together and like feeling better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like guys are just like in the cave, just like all like sad and stuff.
Right. Right.
So it's good to like have a group of friends to like hold you accountable, or even yet like just have an outlet where you can really take out all your fucking aggression.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's something that I love in jiu-jitsu is I can have like a bad day, frustrated day, and I go to the mats and like I'm happy to like take out my aggression in a positive way, and also like learning a skill that's like it's all about like problem solving. It's a human chess, and I choke people out or I get choked out. It's always fun.
Mm-hmm.
So I think like once after I train, I feel so much better. I feel more relieved. I'm like, like I'm not so like I like have like anxious thoughts. You know what I mean? I'm more relaxed. So I really think that guys should at least try that. In their life too.
Yeah.
Add that.
Yeah.
Be more well equipped there. You know.
Absolutely. Um, yeah.
Yeah.
Going back to the question, though, I agree with you though. Jiu-jitsu is actually something that I'm um, trying to get into, and
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I have a gym right by where I live, and so I
Nice.
definitely just need to get my ass in there and
Let's go, baby. Dude,
do the free
I'm telling
trial.
you, you're gonna love it, bro. You're gonna fucking love it, dude.
Oh, I know I will.
You know,
I've
and
only
you're gonna
heard good
connect
stuff
with so
about
many
it.
people. What's up?
So I've only heard good stuff about it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, man. Like that's something that like I always say because like one big thing of like approach like going into like talking to women. One of the things that we think for guys, even though it's so dumb nowadays, is like, oh, can this get us in like into danger? Can someone come and fight us or something like that? Like oh,
Mm-hmm.
like, what if she has a boyfriend or husband? You know what I mean? Things like that, and like we don't want to do it, even though we will never really know.
Mm-hmm.
So it might as well we do it in a positive way, the right way, so that like at least she's flattered and it makes
Mm-hmm.
her day, and you're just like, hey, have a great day if she says she has a boyfriend and things like that.
Yeah.
But it's better to do that than like overthink all these things. So I feel like
Mm-hmm.
jujitsu for me, that was kind of like where it kind of helped me a little bit more right there too, to like get rid of that type of mentality.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never, even with like all the training, I've never gotten to where like I like hit on a girl and like some guy wanted to fight me or something like that.
Yeah.
Unless you're
Yeah.
like at a nightclub or something in a bar or something, you don't know who the fuck everyone is.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this
That's
is
true.
talking about in like a public setting, Starbucks, at the gym, things like that, beach,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
What are some of the best places to, I guess, find women to approach and talk to?
Yeah, I mean, you
You
know,
mentioned Starbucks. You mentioned
yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like, where the whole like the whole like like pickup thing, and like people think it's weird, is like, oh, you have to go to a certain place to like hit on girls, right? Like, and it's like you have to do that. Well, here's a you have to understand this, that like social skills for men are on the decline.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody works from home or they work at an office. They don't get to see people that much. And if a guy takes himself out of like talking to people, talking to women, most likely, more like no one's gonna talk to that guy, right? But women can't say the same thing. They have a harder time because if a woman's like attractive, no matter where she goes, she's always gonna get hit on by guys. So she's always gonna be more socially savvy than a guy. Not to say
Mm-hmm.
that some guys won't be very socially savvy. No, they are if they work on it. But for most guys, after college ends, and they don't have campus, they don't have their class, they don't have get-togethers, they don't have the friends of friends, they don't have like that type of like network anymore, because everyone like moves out to different places, cities, states, or maybe they stay but they're like all about work now. Well, their social circle declines and now they don't have that same exposure to women, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's why like now guys like that are working engineering jobs or software engineering jobs, those are my main clients, people who work from their computer from home or at an office. It's
Mm-hmm.
hard for them to just turn on the switch when they see an attractive woman in a
Mm-hmm.
public setting like a grocery store and things like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the goal is like, for the way that I train my guys is, yes, in the beginning, if like I do two different services. One is just where we just do nothing but online coaching, and they have the whole program so they understand, and all of our calls were like live role playing scenarios. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? So that they can implement it as soon as possible, and then they'll give me the feedback, and we just keep getting better, right? What's working, what's not. And then I have other guys here who are like, let's say you live in San Diego or Orange County. uh, I'll go out with them to the infield, and we'll
Mm-hmm.
go to the public places, and I'll make them talk to like 7 to 8 girls. You
Mm-hmm.
know, but my goal is not for them to like meet their dream girl there with me or like anything like that. It's for me to give them the skills so they can be competent and they have enough knowledge and like training there that when they go into their normal day lives, let's say it's just a random, today's a Tuesday. Okay, I got to get my groceries later
Mm-hmm.
tonight. Where am I going to go? Sprouts, or I'm going to go to Whole Foods. Well, I'm going to go to Whole Foods. Well, I'm going there because I've already been trained. If I happen to see a girl that I like that's attractive in the produce section, I'm going to go and talk to her. And I
Mm-hmm.
know what to do, right? And if she doesn't like me, it's totally cool. But hey, at least I created a connection. So
Yeah.
that's my goal of like doing that with guys, because, like I said, every guy deserves to be, with the love of their life. I found the love of my life because I worked on this for, dude, since I moved here in San Diego,
Mm-hmm.
2012, 2013, right? And I ended up finding my dream woman at the gym at LA Fitness,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it was through the training that led me to, when I see an attractive girl, I know what to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's the same thing that I want every guy to, be more competent, more skilled, more confident at, is, being able to talk to women and also being able to talk to group settings too, like in front of a lot of, group of people,
Mm-hmm.
right? So yeah, that's how we do it. And then from there, we have to do certain places that like I train them, certain places that we do. And then once we do those, then their week consists of like putting themselves in those places and then being able to implement on the stuff. And if they don't, they have to pay me money every time. They have to pay me $100 if they don't do it,
Oh
so that
wow.
they have to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good incentive right there.
I mean, sometimes I think like a big thing is like guys don't really use their pain to their advantage. Like for me, I used the pain that I felt from my relationship to become
Yeah.
better in
Yeah.
this aspect, and like learn from like people that were good at talking to women. For like a year I was like living with guys that were doing that, so I learned by first thing that it was possible when I didn't think it was possible. And then from
Mm-hmm.
there I started going to dating seminars, and those dating seminars, I would learn and I would take notes. I would learn from all the godfathers of, teaching, attraction and love and dating, and, how to court a woman and things like
Mm-hmm.
that. So then I would read all the books, and then I just kept working on the social skills. So the reason why I was so hungry was because of, I never wanted to feel that pain. And I was like, that pain was so bad that I just wanted to get better.
Mm-hmm.
And like also the pain of like me just being alone by myself and like not having anyone to share life with. And like I'm like
Yeah.
the third wheel with my friends. I'm just like, dude, like I
Mm-hmm.
deserve better, man. So that was my pain. And I feel like some of these guys that I work with, their pain is not strong enough sometimes. They're like everything in their life is going good. They've done like, the engineering job. They're doing good in their career. They want to grow, but they don't. Their pain is not enough to wanting to do it. So we have to do it to the next level. All right, if you don't do it, you're gonna give me $100, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then now it's like, okay, let's do it.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's all to help them out. So that from the pain.
That's a good point. Using your pain to fuel you. I think that's something that a lot of people could take from